Welcome to Authentic English Podcast, your weekly show where education meets recreation. Here's your host with 20 years plus of teaching experience, Marcia Pike.
Hey there, Marcia Pike here. Thank you so much for tuning in to another Authentic English Podcast episode. Today's show is brought to you by Audible. Want to get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial? You Authentic English Podcast listener and viewer can. Just go to audibletrial.com/AuthenticEnglish. There are over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. I'm going to add the link to the show notes, okay? So let's get to today's show. This week's episode is part 2 of last week's show, Avengers Infinity War and the pronunciation of compound nouns. If you still haven't tuned in to episode 19, go back and tune in later to learn the pronunciation explanation of compound nouns. In that episode, you will have pronunciation practice of everyday compound nouns, as well as compound nouns from the Avengers movie. Word stress is very important. If you stress the wrong word or syllable, there might be some miscommunication. Let's take the compound noun sunglasses as an example. The stress in sunglasses is in the first syllable, sun. If you mispronounce it and say sunglasses, stressing glasses, native speakers of English might understand some glasses. So don't forget to check out episode 19, okay? On that note, I watched a stand-up comedy show on Netflix that I thought was really funny. It's called Gad Elmaleh, American Dream. In his show, Gad Elmaleh, a Moroccan-French stand-up comedian, talks about moving to the U.S. He talks about his struggles with the English language. He mentions that Americans will not understand you if you stress a wrong syllable in a word. He also makes several jokes about other words and expressions which are very confusing in English. I'm going to add Gad Elmaleh's stand-up comedy show to the show notes, okay? Know how I just used 2 compound nouns in this last sentence, comedy show and show notes. Don't forget to check out episode 19 for the pronunciation explanation of compound nouns. Well, talking about funny, remember my student Pietro, to whom I dedicated episode 19? Well, there I was teaching him on Tuesday when at the end of class, he told me he'd gotten something on Amazon. He then said he asked me to wait and ran to his room. After a couple of minutes, when I turned around, there he was in a Spider-Man's crouching pose wearing his brand new Spider-Man outfit. For those who are listening to this on my podcast, check out Pietro's video on my video podcast. I told you he's Marvel's #1 fan. If you look right behind him, you'll see his dog, Thor. Pietro's one of a kind. Thank you so much for allowing me to use your video in today's show, Pietro. You're the best. Well, as last week's episode was about the compound nouns in Avengers Infinity War, in this week's show, I'm going to explore vocabulary related to avenge, like in the movie Avengers. Let's suppose someone harmed or hurt you in the past. If you still haven't forgiven this person, you feel resentment, which is bitterness and anger because something has happened that you think is unfair. If you feel resentment, then you are resentful, which is an adjective. Another way to express that you resent that person is to say that you have or hold a grudge against him or her. For example, Although it's been 20 years, Jonathan still resents his best friend for lying to him. He's been holding a grudge ever since the day he found out the truth. Note that when a person has or holds a grudge against someone, he or she has a strong feeling of anger and dislike for that person who has treated them badly, especially one that lasts for a long time. It may happen for a resentful person who holds a grudge to want revenge. There's a proverb which says, "Revenge is a dish best served cold." Revenge is something that you do to hurt or punish someone who has harmed or offended you or someone else. Although revenge can be both a verb and a noun, it is more commonly used as a noun, the act of taking vengeance for injuries or wrongdoing. Some people who want revenge actually act on it and avenge the wrongdoer. To avenge is to do harm or to punish a person responsible for something bad done to you or your family or your friends in order to achieve a fair situation. That is why Marvel superheroes are called the Avengers, because they want to punish the bad guys for harming society. And the last vocabulary word is vindictive. If you are a person who is constantly seeking for vengeance, you are a vindictive person. Well, now you know why the movie is called Avengers. If you want to go the extra mile, please email me at marcia@authenticenglishpodcast.com to get a free transcript of today's episode. If you want a bigger challenge, try listening to my podcast, just the audio, before watching the video. This will definitely help you improve your listening skills even more. You can listen to Authentic English Podcasts on Apple Podcasts if you have an iPhone, or Stitcher if you have an Android phone. All you've got to do is download the Podcasts and Stitcher app to your cell phone. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you still haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel so that you'll get a notification as soon as a new video comes out, okay? If you know anyone who will also benefit from today's content, please share it with them. Sharing is caring. Well, I hope you have a peaceful week listening to your free audiobook from Audible. Take care.
Great having you with us today. Keep on with Marcia on social media. Head over to authenticenglishpodcast.com to practice what you've just learned. And subscribe, rate, and review. Take care.